Good evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to the evening session of Being Heartful Every Day with Swadhyaya. We continue this week's theme of spiritual training and prayer. Spiritual training is not an external discipline imposed upon life. It is a gradual refinement of consciousness. Through consistent practice, the heart becomes educated in subtlety, sensitivity, and alignment. And this evening, we reflect on how spiritual training prepares the heart for true prayer and how prayer completes that training by orienting us toward our highest possibility. In heartfulness, spiritual training happens through regular abhyas, meditation, cleaning, and prayer. Each element contributes to inner evolution. Meditation refines the awareness. Cleaning removes accumulated impressions. And prayer orients the hearts towards its source. Training, therefore, is not a rigid effort, it is conscious participation in our own transformation. And over time, spiritual training cultivates greater receptivity to transmission, sensitivity to inner movement, discernment between impulse and intuition, and a growing preference for simplicity over restlessness. Training reshapes tendencies very quietly. Reactions softens, and ego-driven impulses they lose their intensity. What once felt compelling begins to feel unnecessary. Prayer in this context is not petition, it is alignment. In the Heartfulness Way, prayer gently turns the heart toward its highest state, a state of humility, refinement, and unity. It reminds us that progress does not come from personal will alone, but from cooperation with the divine. Spiritual training prepares the ground, and prayer invites grace into that ground. And together they create steady inner growth. Dear sisters and brothers, as we proceed further, we warmly invite you to share the master classes and the BHED sessions with your family and with your friends as well, so that they can also reap the benefit of these sessions. You'll find the additional reading material and videos of Revered Daaji on this theme, which are available on the Heartfulness app under the Sunday tab dated 1st March. And we encourage you to explore this additional material to strengthen your understanding of this theme. And we will now resume the inspirational reading, which continues from the Heartfulness Way, Book 2. And we are reading from the page number 118, titled Meditation with a Trainer. As the text is not going to be displayed on the screen, so if you have a copy of your book, you can read along, otherwise, you can simply listen. Meditation with a trainer. Daaji, you have spoken about the trainers in heartfulness, who are like a distribution network for transmission. You have also spoken so often about the support and care you received as a young practitioner from your trainers. Can you speak to us about their role? The master prepares heartfulness practitioners to be trainers, conduits for transmission, using the method invented by Lalaji in the early 20th century. Today, there are many thousands of heartfulness trainers around the world. Their presence offers the possibility of human transformation to a wider audience. Trainers meditate with practitioners regularly in one to one and group sessions. They assist with centering and cleaning during every session, removing the heaviness that accumulates in the heart. Such supportive methods bring about smoother progress and offer ongoing support. They also sometimes use specific methods that provide much relief. For example, when a practitioner is really struggling with too many thoughts during meditation, there is a special technique that the trainer uses to help reduce the number of thoughts and divert the practitioner's attention inwards. Regular support from trainers is a part of the heartfulness method and trainer themselves receive ongoing meditation sessions from other trainers. This creates a network of mutual trust and respect. It also builds a community. It doesn't mean that we let the master and the trainers do all the work for us. The more we do for our own progress through our own practice, the more time we save the master and the trainers to focus on higher work. For example, if we do the cleaning practice every evening, they are not taxed with having to clean the everyday accumulation and can instead spend the time cleaning deeper impressions and helping us expand our consciousness. So, training is a partnership in which we use our own efforts while the master plays their part in supporting us. We practice with interest, and the trainers facilitate the subtle essence of the master who purifies us and carries us through the various stages of the journey. I've been thinking a lot about this partnership recently. Most traditions acknowledge that surrender is essential if we are to cooperate with the master and reach the highest limit of approach. Yet the idea of surrender is a difficult concept for many. In the dictionary, the word surrender means to give up, to lose to an opponent on the battlefield or in a game. So let me introduce another approach based on the Sanskrit word sharanagati, which means surrender in a different sense, to take refuge in, to take shelter in. It conveys a sense of protection, of being cared for. To surrender to the master means they take responsibility for our welfare, like a mother kangaroo protects the joey in her pouch. We could replace the word surrender with acceptance. Please think over this. Dear sisters and brothers, with this we have completed this chapter reading, and let us now prepare ourselves to offer the universal prayer together. All brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है। May our prayers deepen sincerity, refine aspiration, and align our hearts more closely with our highest purpose. Dear sisters and brothers, as you prepare for the rest tonight, take a few moments to offer your bedtime prayer and the reflections of the day, and allow these reflections to remain gentle and honest. And let the sleep integrate today's spiritual training quietly and naturally. Dear sisters and brothers, thank you for joining this evening session. And as we continue with the theme of spiritual training and prayer, may we recognize that true growth is neither hurried nor forced. It unfolds through steady practice, humility, and grace. We look forward to see you tomorrow for the morning session at 6 a.m. Until then, may your practice become more deepened. May prayer refine your heart, and may the Master's guidance accompany you in the quiet strength. Thank you.